Hello and welcome to the RameN-Cast. Today I'm your host Toshiro. With me I have my co-host Sin,
Hello.
and we got our recorder and other guest Joby.
Hello, everybody.
Guest, he works here.
Oh, you get what I mean. Anyways, today on this episode of RameN-Cast, we're pretty much just going to talk about what about playoffs, pretty much, and
Yes.
basically the first round. So first off, to start off the week, we actually started with Ginning Division, and it was Kakashi versus Sage. So, what
Yes.
was your thoughts on this match, you guys?
I thought that. I think I said Sage was going to pull through. No, I said Kakashi was going to pull through because of Burn.
Yeah, so Sage did win this match.
Yes.
Just so we know.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, I thought Kakashi did decent. I would say they put up a fight and all, but of course they couldn't actually pull it through. I think the big person on their team was either between Sage Kabuto and I would say Jiraiya.
Um. No, I want to actually point out the fact that Madara was on the field for a really, really long time for them, and Madara spent the entirety of the fucking week asleep, basically, and he still did really good.
Hmm.
Who the fuck had sleep? Who the fuck had sleep on their team? Was it Biju Naruto
Yeah, I
and
think it
Sakura?
was.
Yeah, it was Biju Naruto and Sakura. Uh, that shit was disgusting. He spent the entire week like asleep, and he still did a ton of damage. Their Madara is really good, in my opinion. He's
I
been
don't know.
consistent for them all season.
I don't know why. I don't. I guess like for me, Madara just seemed like he was there. I don't think I noticed him out all that much, to be honest.
He didn't have a chance to do like a massive combo string, but he did his fair work with his supports, and he tanked a lot of damage for them. I
Mhm.
thought he was really good. Like, what was his build this week?
Sage Madaras.
Yeah, Madara was defense, release power, gentle fist, gate of limit. That did not come in handy at all, but he tanked the shit out of it with defense 1. So, boom.
I do. Sage is a strong team, so I think they deserve this win. To be honest with you,
Naruto also put in a ton of work for Sage. Both Narutos actually,
definitely.
for each team did a lot of work. Sage Naruto's tilt did a lot of work.
Now I'm just Johnny. Joby, did you have a thought in this match?
Well, this match, I don't know. This one felt like it felt closer than some of the other matches this week. It felt like the only one to me where it was like, this is a really, I don't know, not a contest, but like it was a well fought match on both sides. I saw like a lot of really good
Yeah.
things in both teams. Whereas the other matches this week, it was fairly one sided, one way or the other.
I also
Usually,
think it's sorry. Go ahead.
no, that was it.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
I think that Sage winning is for the best overall in terms of viewership because Sage has a captain right now that's like around because Gura was sick, so the staff took
True.
over. And that kind of just like I didn't want a repeat of last season where the staff were like, all right, cool, and they just kind of
Where
like
they got the
shit on everybody.
finals and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, they just shit on everybody. So I think it's
Okay.
best that they got knocked out there, but I actually think that the stuff that Byrne did, and the stuff that the rest of the staff did, like I think it was Anthony and Gomel. I don't actually know who did it. It was confirmed Anthony and Byrne did shit with it, but I think it was mostly Byrne anyway. They did that, and the stuff they did actually showed, and I liked it a lot.
Okay, I can actually get that.
Sakura changed her build of defense, and she did really good last week.
That is true. Now, I'm just curious, like, and we'll probably be moving on in a little bit, but what do you guys think about their inactive benches? For Sage, they inactive bench Sage Hashirama.
I think that's going to cost them. As every week goes forward, they're going to just regret that.
And of
Mostly
course,
because,
Kakashi, they did DS Kakashi.
yeah, I mean, that's
the safest.
what are you going to
bet.
do when you live in a shoe? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I have literal trash on my team. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to bench him? Cool. Like,
It's kind of the only option they had with him.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
But
do we have any?
Sage, I think that Sage Hashirama was a big. Well, I don't want to say mistake because obviously I don't know their team, but I think that he is extremely effective at what he does. And maybe, I'm just missing some things, but personally, I really like Sage Hashirama as a character. So I would have
I do
expected
too.
the bench to be somebody like, I don't know, Jiraiya or
Jiraiya.
Mitsuki, even.
I
Yeah.
would, for me personally, I would have thought Mitsuki will probably be on the bench because I know Sage Kabuto was very solid for them. But they did put him on the inactive bench for the majority of the season. And Sage Hashirama, he can still ult spam a
He
good amount.
averages 3 throw and 2 hit for like most of the season.
Okay. All right, then I guess so. Yeah. Okay,
Like
so
he's still a potent ult spammer, and I don't
yeah,
know what it is they're thinking. Frequently, I have no fucking clue what they're thinking. So they're a mysterious bunch, I guess.
Yeah,
Their shit tends to work though, and I just think that this might cost them
moving
in the
forward,
end. Yeah.
I agree.
all right. So, do we have any last thoughts for this match before we move on?
I think that certain people need to be tested for Sage's master list, including Obiter, Sage Obiter, Six Paths Obiter. He's quite good, and he fits their like awakening heavy team because they have several people they just want to awaken on their team, and getting one more that is a pretty effective tank with a nice tilt is, I think it's a good thing.
Okay. All right. So our next match was in Chunin, and it was Hidden Stone versus Hokage.
Yee, let me go find these guys.
Yeah, so this one was a little disappointing for me. Just because I felt like it wasn't really my team at their highest potential. There
Um,
was a lot of derping going on my team, and it's not even like I'm saying, oh, they didn't act up to snuff. Like there was literal computer derps.
yeah, there was.
And it's not taking anything away from
Hokage
No,
played
I'm not
well,
trying to take
actually.
away
Yeah.
from
Hokage played
Hokage.
well regardless, right? Like,
They
uh,
won. Even if
yeah,
my team derped and I still won, that would be something. But they obviously won, and they were still able to win. And even when I was derping, I felt like I still put up a fighting chance at some points. Some of
yeah,
my teams did decent, but they still took the W. And I want to say Hashirama looked really good. His tilts got him out of a lot of situations. I think he
yeah.
dodged an ult one time, a different tilt. He was dodging all kinds of things with his tilt. So I thought he looked great. Tobirama looked really good.
Tobirama was
Um,
Tobirama, but I still question Chakra 2 on Tobirama
Chakra
just
2,
because
yeah, I can see that, but I think that he did pretty well, all
I
things
think he
considered.
does well in general. It's just certain things about his build confuse me. Like,
The
I
ult
don't
still
think I don't think Halo Dance is particularly effective on him. I think Ultimate Tilt is worth it. Investing in tilts is worth it, but I think that he also should have a bit of speed on him or like body flicker because he is a relatively slow character, as is Hashirama, as is Tsunade.
Hmm.
So giving them the chance to go faster, I think, would be better for them.
Yeah.
And so he's not using speed on literally any of them, I think. So he's using super dash and like lightweight. One apiece.
Shinigami Dance does help out if I'm not mistaken.
That's on Minato though, who's like their fastest fucking character, if not one of the fastest characters in the game.
Probably just behind Shisui, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think they did well.
Like,
Tobirama, I do like his build though, because he does tilt a lot, so I can see the advantage in using Halo Dance too.
I just think that Halo
But
Dance is a very weird scroll for certain people
Yeah, especially
because
with his ult
he
when it
launches
only affects the end.
yeah, it like it has multiple hits and it only hits the end, right? So Halo Dance procs really late, and then they spend the first couple ticks up in the air. So I guess you get a couple ticks guaranteed
Hmm.
because they go up and then fall down. But
It's not like my Naruto's tilt or Han's tilt, where well, I guess
yeah,
Han is a little bit different, but Naruto's tilt is just a swipe, and if the swipe
yeah.
hits, you go on fire. It's pretty like
I just
simple
feel like
one to
it's
one.
very like there's chances for them to sub it, so I feel like it's better to invest somewhere else, particularly like in speed for the same amount.
It's what it reminds me of is kind of putting like a sleep palm on a combo. It's like they're not guaranteed to end the combo. They can sub
Yeah.
at any point of the combo, so it's kind of like,
Yeah. At least with Sleep On though, you have the option of air combos and shit, which are all very it's
yeah, true.
whatever.
But
The
I was just
biggest
trying
the
to make an
biggest thing here
analogy.
for me is Chakra Plus because I don't think I've seen him throw a fucking jutsu.
usually all his jutsus come from being a support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
So
is
yeah,
really
I can
good. So
unless they have him, I would say the only reason why Chakra 2 would be good on him was if they had him as a Chakra assist. Then that would probably help him out too. But
I understand that, but they don't have a single tank on this lineup. Not a single +1
That was a little risky.
or +2. Like that not even risky. Like if they just put him on defense 1 or defense 2, I feel like he just would have been like better than Chakra 2 because they already have ultimate attack, and Chakra on the field. I feel like not having a tank is risky.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just some other comments about my match. While I was disappointed in my team, I was really just happy to get here. Because it
Yeah.
was my first season and it was exciting to just be in playoffs. I wish I could have gone further, but it happens. RN Jesus is not kind,
If
and
it's applicable, I want to say that like if you guys had been on point, I feel like it would have been a much better match. As it stands, I want to see more from Hokage in the playoffs
yeah,
because I feel like they didn't get a real fight last week.
yeah. Honestly, like even if like all I wanted was just a good match. You know what I mean? Like if I lost
Yeah.
fair and like just a good match, that's different. It's just the fact that Han did stand around, and then when he would stand around, they would attack
Yeah.
him, and he wouldn't move until he had to sub. And by the time he's already subbing once, they have the aggression on, so he has to sub 2 or 3 more times. And so there was a
Yeah.
point where he went from full subs to one sub, and that's a huge,
It's a huge deficit, yeah.
it's a huge
Especially versus
deficit
such
to
an
have.
aggressive team.
And
Versus like
then
I think it was Tsunade and
it was their 3-man team.
really? I thought
Well,
it
it happened
was
with Han and
Tsunade,
Yoshi and Han and
Tobrama,
Onoki.
Hashirama, right?
Yeah, it happened
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
And then Onoki was just like kind of dancing in circles for a little bit at the end of one of match, and Deidara
Yeah.
was floating in the sky and he
I
couldn't
mean
get
his
out of it.
yeah, for some reason his tilt kept on messing up, and I had
his tilt
no
just
idea.
does that.
No, but his
No,
tilt has never done
tilt
that in the
doesn't do that.
past.
He doesn't stand in the air and float though.
Yeah, it was like that
That's what he was
that
doing.
Sasuke glitch that happened a while back where Sasuke would hit him with a fireball and they would get stuck in midair. Except
But yeah,
it
Oh,
wasn't an
except he was stuck in
attack.
the mid-air and he was moving
It was his attack that
okay.
was doing that to him.
because he automatically goes in the air to throw the spiders and everything like that. But it was not working for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this match was all right and everything, but yeah, definitely I would say if Han was working, and Onoki kept on the aggression and everything like that.
Roshi also experienced a fair deal of nothingness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so
Like
weird.
genuinely only like RTB Naruto was functioning fully.
Yeah, I mean, Datara, like even Datara looked good. I'm really just this. I'm not even trying to be like, oh, trying to build up my team. Like I am genuinely surprised that Datara is doing this decent, and I think a lot of
Yeah.
people can agree about him being not terrible anymore.
He was bad,
Because
and then now he's kind of good.
well, even kind of good, I'll take.
Yeah, even then, kind of good on a range fighter still wastes 4 to 5 subs every 10 seconds. So.
Yeah, and he was tagging out, which is a big thing with a lot of ranged characters is
Yeah.
they don't do that. Oh, and also, yeah, I messed up with my builds. I was thinking two builds, or sorry, two of each palm scroll, but it's two between your whole team.
Yeah, it's two.
And Roshi lost his sleep palm, and he ended so many combos. That was the worst part. I was like, oh, Roshi's not gonna end any combos, and then he proceeds to end like 6 combos, and I was like, oh, cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just curious then. Didn't Roshi had your the free limiter right before,
No,
or
yeah,
did
he had it before. I gave it to Datara.
I think that's a smarter move, by the way, because if he ults, right, it's really effective. Data result.
Hmm.
It does a ton of damage, and so giving him UCS and release power, I think, is a good thing.
Yeah, and if he does decide to awaken, I really like his awakening.
Yeah, it's really nice.
the
He
only
can,
reason?
do a ton of damage and end it early. So
See, that's the only thing that I was kind of wondering about because he can't end it early, and I know in the past, I know it was like different AI or different what is it, defense value, so it changed the AI a little bit, but he would instantly like go ahead and throw it out and like end his awakening. So I was just like, okay, I know.
that if it hits, man, that does like a fucking bar. So
I mean, I guess it's to each its own and everything like that. I was like, okay,
want to move forward? We've been on this match for
yeah,
quite a while
yeah, we
because
can
it's
go
really
ahead.
close.
Sorry about that.
No
So the
problem.
next match is Joni, and it was Sound
The
versus
raping.
Koski, my match.
It was Heavy Sasuke
And
versus Akatsuki, and it got fucked up.
so I
Um,
the match started off decent and everything like that for the most
let's
part. With the
let's
first
just
lineup,
analyze. Let's just analyze lineups really fast, okay? Snake Kick Kabuti plus 2 Yuya. Okay, I'm just talking about scum. Okay, you're gonna sit behind your dokies and you're gonna spam range with your
oh
dokies out,
whatever.
and then when they get close to you, you're gonna fucking ult them with Snake Kick Kabuti. Okay.
So for Akatsuki, they had Pain, Nagato, and Konan, which this team has actually been known to do like extremely well though.
This team
They
is
in that first round,
this
I
team
only
does
got
well,
one
but I
kill.
actually don't think this team is good. Like I think this team would be better split up.
I know Pain and Konan did. Um, John Jovi.
Yeah.
What was that lineup that they used against you? Was it just Pain and Konan
It was
But no, it
in
was
your
pain.
match?
It was the Pain
the
Nagato
triple.
Konan. Yeah, it was the triple. It's
Okay.
I would
So
say
this
their
team has
best
had
lineup.
success, and it is their best lineup. But I actually just do think that Nagato actually doesn't fit on this lineup. I think Konan Pain would just be like better, or even Konan Pain Mecha, which they used earlier in the season, which was really fucking good, by the way. Pain Nagato, or sorry, Pain Konan Mecha Naruto. Shit was good. Mecha Naruto was so fucking good. Anyway, right. So that lineup ended up fighting that lineup, and it turned out to be that you got like what, one cap?
I got one cap.
You got one
Against,
cap.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now the thing was I was trying to just because
So
my
Yuya
they
did
have a
not
problem
bring
with
out her
aggression.
Dokis for a really long time in that match.
Yeah, I know, and her and Snake Kabuto, they work well together sometimes, and then there's times when they don't.
Yeah, man. AI.
Um,
Yeah, shit
that's
happens.
that's why I try. I gave them both defense pluses, and I want them together. That's why I did that.
To
Kind
be
of counter.
fair, Snake Cape's build is literally just like I'm going to just tank and then ult when I can. So
Yeah, pretty much. Even though he
the
doesn't ult
Yuya's is
like
the
that.
standard. I'm going to fucking awaken and cheese myself. So
But the lineup that did actually do a lot of the work was Himimaru and Heavy Sasuke,
yeah,
which
dude.
took out their
Kimaru would set
last.
up, would take all the subs with his really fast melee, and then Happy would be like, ultimate, and that shit would do half a bar. Kimi actually just did no damage in that fight other than wasting subs, and
What
then
are you
Heavy
talking?
would
He
come in
actually
and beat the
did
shit out
damage.
of people.
He did stuff.
Did
Don't
he?
explain
Yeah, he wasted the
Himimaru,
shit out of those subs, son.
not just subs.
So he wasted those subs. Hell yeah. He fucking came through and he was like, I'm gonna beat your subs up. Fuck that log. And then Heavy was like, I don't like logs. And Heavy beat the shit out of him for using logs.
Okay. Sure.
Plowed through Sasori like nothing. Butter, dead. You green barred him.
Well,
And then into a even round 3 versus the same team, which is Mecha Naruto Conan, which is a really good fucking team. They tried. Oh yeah, they tried. They got you what, to one cap, and you just ate their ass with ults.
see, this is where like I wanted to bring this up though. It's the lineup structure that I think is really important to this match.
That's what I'm saying.
To be fair, I think that Pie Guy's lineups are fucking better.
I think it's the placement of the lineups. Because when you think about it, traditionally, well, I mean, not traditionally, personally, my view on lineups is you close or you put your best team in the middle.
For playoffs, I wouldn't know. I don't do that strat, so I don't. Like,
well,
I know nothing.
The reasoning behind why I would do it is because with your first team, you just want to get as much damage as you can, right? You want to get them either down some caps or take a win. Whatever you can do with that first lineup. So it doesn't need to be your best. It just needs to be a lineup. Second one, you can put your best lineup to either close out that first lineup or, do whatever. Just basically you want to...
Or come back.
Yeah, or come back. See, because when you put your best lineup in the rear, if you're winning, they close it out. If you're losing, they might be able to bring it back for you. That's what I did with Roshi Han, and let me tell you, I almost brought it back.
It's really hard to say that.
Would it have gone that way if they put their best lineup last? No, maybe not.
Let's say that they did it this way, right? They put Sasori Mecha in their slot 2 lineup in slot 1, right? And they put slot 3 in slot 2 and slot 1 in slot 3, right? So just basically put Pain, Nagato, Conan at the bottom.
Yeah.
What does that do to stop Kimimaru, Heavy Sasuke? What does that do?
Well,
to be honest, go ahead, John.
Oh, I was just gonna say, well, they chip away. Heavy, and
but he was back, as was to you in the third lineup. Like, this shit is busted. Like, not busted.
Yeah.
It's actually like a bad way to put it.
Look,
Heavy Sasuke is very, very, very good.
I know, and I'm not saying that they would have been able to take the win if they did it this way. I'm just saying, with their best lineup last, they could have at least taken those other 2 lineups and just poured as much damage as they could. Maybe they do it, maybe they don't. But when you lead with your best lineup, it's like if your best lineup gets taken out first, what's there to stop them from doing what Sound did, which is reverse sweeping?
Yeah, basically you don't have a solid structure.
It's just like...
I feel like
leading with your best characters just seems like you're setting yourself up to lose it in later rounds. You know what I mean? Because, like, what if your other teams unexpectedly do really good? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if they're first, at least you have a reliable team in the rear, whereas now you don't know.
In a 3 lineup format where you can use 2 people twice, teams like Sound,
they get really strong.
They dominate.
That's what I said right from the beginning.
I will let you know right now that if this was main season, Akatsuki would have whooped your fucking ass.
Are you sure about that?
I'm dead serious, because the double lineups that we use, the 2 version lineup that we use in main season is very much more.
You cut out.
Sorry, the 2 I actually didn't cut out. I don't think. I think I froze. The 2 lineup structure that we use in the main season benefits team lineups like the one that Pie Guy used, where it's I'm gonna bust your ass down with my first lineup, and then I'm gonna tank it out with my second one. Just gonna last it through with my second lineup. Like that shit that they did would absolutely stop that in main season, because you wouldn't have access to double-double. Double-double makes your team really strong because you actually don't have very many great lineups. You have a lot of great characters. Snake Cape to Yuya, Heavy, all very, very, very good characters. Orochimaru and Kimimaro are by far your worst members on your team right now, and they're still okay. They're still okay.
I would actually disagree with that. I think Orochimaru is actually better than Snake Ape. Snake Ape hasn't really done much to my team, but Orochimaru
You
has
also have
done
been
much
stifling him all season.
because
You
he
put him in
doesn't
that
do what I
lineup
want.
versus Taka, and you got really salty about it because you put two alt members together, and you said, "Well, why didn't they both alt?" It's because you put two of them together. Only one of them gets to alt. So.
Okay. I'll talk about that later, but
Yeah, we'll talk about that personally later. But like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, your team benefits from this because you get to use double. Using double to you, the double heavy Sasuke is potent. That is more than enough to overpower better lineups. The same happened with other teams, right? Like, I felt like Kakashi had better lineups, but Sage had better characters on the field. Like, they had better performing characters in the field.
Well, I mean,
So they won.
lineups
Like,
don't
power
win.
wins in the fucking playoffs because you can use double.
Right.
Because you can force a good lineup.
Well, sure. I was just saying, like, when it comes to close teams closer in power, lineups
Yeah.
are the deciding factor.
No, I agree. Lineups are very, very potent. I just
But
think
yeah,
that their
sound is really strong. So
sound has terrifying characters. It's like it's okay. It's like Taka, right? Even if Taka did have bad lineups, which they fucking don't, even if Taka did have bad lineups, they'd still fucking win. You know why? Because Taka's fucking strong. Like, everybody on their team is strong.
yeah.
Their worst person is better than most people's second or third best.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah.
Like, that's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah. But
It's just like the power of strength of character.
I just think overall it does depend because everyone has their different opinion and everything like that, which is no problem. I just think, of course, when you do the testing, that's what you find out which characters work with what better and everything like that.
Oh, yeah,
But,
before we forget to mention this,
sorry.
the free agent benches were Toby and Jiroba, which is expected.
yeah, both of those are pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
But are we good to move on? Or any last thoughts?
I think that we should probably.
We should probably move on before somebody gets here.
All right. So
Is it
the
Kage
last
now? Is it me?
Kage, it was Minato versus Jinchuriki.
Let's get some spoiler warnings in the fucking chat right now because I don't like playoffs.
Jin
I'm gonna let it go.
bench Kushina, if I'm not mistaken.
Am I muted? Motherfuckers. Okay, hold on. Let me get this through because this is actually important. I do not like playoffs, but I did not throw. I tried my fucking hardest, and I got really fucking mad when I lost. Not because I lost in playoffs. It's not the fucking problem. I got really mad because my team got tore the fuck open by shit I knew was going to tore me open. I said this 2 weeks ago. The Jin, if Sarada was alive, was going to fuck me up. I said that if Sarada was not there, I win. I got hit by 7 ultimates from Sarada and 4 from Sage Naruto. There is nothing I could do about that. No, nothing about my lineups or my characters or my team could stop that shit. It's a fucking ranged ultimate that hit me 7 fucking times. That alone, that one character, is more than enough to win a set. Even in this lineup. Even in the fucking playoffs, it's more than enough. Add in another ult spammer, dude, I had no fucking chance. I got mad because that is fucking horseshit.
Not to mention with Sarada's ultimate, her projectile has
It
multiple
hits my fucking supports.
It has multiple projectiles in it. So if you sub one part, if another little bit hits you, you got hit.
I also just want to mention that this is to R's credit because nobody looked at Sarada but him.
No, I'm not saying that like it's
No.
fucking stupid that he made a great team.
Yeah.
Jin has always been a good team.
I'm
they're gonna
just
get even
giving
better.
R some credit where credit is due
Yeah.
because I think he
No,
made a
his
really
shit
smart
like
move.
we fought Gar who I'm sorry, let me go find this shit. His first lineup was Gara Gara.
Mhm.
Gara Gara is fucking fantastic. It's phenomenal. We had a really good fight there. And the characters that I didn't mention were in the Grace lineups. They're at the bottom. Yeah. PTS Gara, amazing character. Wargar, amazing character. Fu, great fucking character. Naruto Sarada plus Naruto Sarada. Like, I got through one of them. I fucking did. I tried. I beat it eventually. I had like 2 caps in my favor, and I still only made it out with a fucking cap. Like, I went in a cap under, right?
Yeah.
And then they won, and I took 2 caps.
Mhm.
That is phenomenal. That means at a cap disadvantage, I took 2 caps.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then they came back with just alt.
Yeah.
Which
Ults
fair.
are the way to win.
Fair. I lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not mad at R. I'm not mad at R at all. I literally was just talking to him about why I lost a couple hours ago. We were talking about my team's lineup structure and shit. But like, I just genuinely feel like there is nothing that I could coach to stop that.
There are very specific
I had
limitations that you had.
I had double ultimate sub,
And none of them
which
actually
doesn't
went off.
fucking do anything. It never once did that go off because my characters don't use their fucking skills. We combo. We're a fucking melee team. Like, all season, people got on my ass about it, and so in Trimester 3, I was like, "Fuck it, sure, have some ultimate subs." Not once in an entire trimester plus a match of playoffs did I get a single ult sub. I've been hit by many ults since that fucking trimester start. It's because my team does not use supports, and to use that shit, you have to have a support gauge. It doesn't happen for me.
Yeah, this week was the only week I had ever gotten use out of an ult sub either.
Yeah,
which is really funny because I've
you
had
team
it
ult quite
since
a
the
bit.
beginning.
Yeah, and you also team ult quite a bit.
So, yeah, that
my
was
only
weird.
team that generates support gauge is Rin Minato. Because Minato likes to hog the field, and Rin uses her fucking law. That is like the only fucking team that I have that builds an acceptable amount of meter.
And it's better with single supports because they build it up faster than.
Yeah, they come back faster and they build it faster. That's why I don't use 3-person lineups. I use them here in the playoffs just to like test the waters on double Kakashi, basically.
But as far as just like the way that you built go, like the only thing that you can do to really counter ults are doing ceiling palm or like, you know what I mean, like something that affects the chakra levels. But
And
even
not many
then,
people used it.
yeah, exactly. Not many people finish combos, so that's the only counter that you have besides just flak jacket or defense, or just being super aggressive. And even then, like they can just sub and then throw out an ult while you have your back turned, and you're gonna get.
They
caught.
can sub prep the ult while they're falling from the sub and hit it as soon as they hit the ground, and I'm fucked. Like, also characters like Sage Hashirama, if he wants to ult you, motherfucker, he's gonna ult you.
Yeah.
Like, his shit will turn 360, armor through all your... You'll hit him in the middle of shit.
And
it's wild.
So, it's kind of hard to counter build. I don't know. Like, the only way it could have worked is if you just literally just beat them and they decided not to use it. Like, there's no real counter besides those ceiling palms to me.
Yeah. It's just like stay aggressive, enable kunai, and hope that.
And just fucking pray, I guess. I don't know.
Like, I have a defensive item palette with many healings and sub things on it. I had double tanks on the field.
Well, I'm kind of confused. Ult sub doesn't proc unless they're completely available, right?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah, they have to be completely available. Which I don't use my supports, so they are.
Which I think if it will be great if that wasn't the case. If they were just in the blue, I think that will make ult sub a lot better and everything like that.
What makes
To be
ult sub
useful.
bad is that dash cut happens no matter what. If he is alive and you
Sure.
have even a shred of meter, dash cut. If you have no meter and you charge support, charge assist, whatever the fuck, right? All these no meter ones, you need over half meter for ultimate sub to proc.
Oh no! You need over half meter for all of those to go.
No,
And everything like that. Yeah, you
dash
can't.
cut will proc no matter what.
It won't proc unless you have your team support gauges at least half. Yeah, it's always been like that. Any
Dude, I
support
was
type.
just playing Storm 4 like literally yesterday. There's no way.
I'm okay. I'm just letting you know because that's what I saw. But um, that's the only thing. It because your support gauge does not actually start like coming into use until like after it's about halfway. Because then
Shit
that's
is
when
whack.
all the characters start coming in and everything like that. But that's the case with everything. But yeah, you are right that almost every single other support type comes out and everything like that. It doesn't matter if they're in the red, completely full, or in the blue. They'll always come out except for also. So
It's just I don't see a fucking like a point to having ult sub if my team doesn't use the support system anyway.
That was, I mean, personally, that was the one that affected me least. Actually, you know what? Strike Back was the one I got the least use out of. But that's just
I have strike back on a bad person. That's my problem with that shit. I have it on the worst person possible. I think I have it on Obito or some shit like that. I don't even fucking remember. I have it on somebody bad. But like, what are you gonna do in dealing with a shoe?
Yeah. Well, I think that we've
alright.
covered this match pretty well. And did we
I
ever
want to
say
talk
that
about one more
Jin
thing
won?
first. Shin fucked my ass. Shin won. Yeah, go figure. So I want to talk about the inactive benches.
Go ahead.
Inactive benches were Kushina and Masked Man, which one of those comes as a surprise. I inactive bench Masked Man because he's fucking bad. And what I figured was I've tested Kid Kakashi more than I've tested Masked Man. They're both fucking bad. I'd argue about equally as bad because one of them does damage and takes a ton of damage, and the other one doesn't do any fucking damage at all. So I figured I would just stick him on any fucking AI and he'd be fine. Right? I didn't plan to win. I planned to test. This was my thing. I used builds that I hadn't really focused on, like Lotus style and ankle weights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I took Rin off of her build that was working for a long time, which was the No Heaven Scroll build. I did this because I wanted to test. Because I didn't intend to fucking lose. That wasn't my intention. My intention was to just get info, right? Like people wanted grab stuff, so I wanted ankle weights. I wanted to stop using crippling pursuit on me until all the fucking time. So I'm looking for alternatives like Lotus style and shit, right? And Kid Kakashi actually didn't let me down super hard. He wasn't a hard fucking carry, but he did his job. He tanked a lot of shit. Like
Johnny Kakashi really was great. At least to me, he was, especially with
Jonin
his jutsu
Kakashi
spam.
was the same shit that I've told everybody he was forever. Also, by the way, after a whole season of putting Ultimate Plus 1 or 2 on Jonin Kakashi, I finally decided to put him on Chakra in week 15. And I was like, he's still ulting a lot. So I put fucking
FES.
five element seal on him in the limiter, and he hits a fucking ultimate. I'm so fucking angry. All season he averages 5 to 6 ults thrown, and he's like Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna hit it when I take that shit off and make it worse. Why? Fucking why? Oh my god. Also, the devil you do versus the devil you don't. I'm really mad about this fucking match.
All right. So, are you good? You
I'm
good?
good. I'm good.
All right. So then we can talk about predictions. So the next, we're going to of course start beginning, and then we're going to go up to Kage. So since Sage won their match, now we have Sage versus Hit and Miss, who has the bye. So who do you guys think will win? And I will say, I'll throw this in. How many rounds do you think that it will go?
Oh fuck, that's hard.
Just based on how many, like how what we've seen, how they perform, and everything like that. Just from previous knowledge, like
Right,
just
right. Of course.
3-1 missed.
3-1. Oh wow. I would say 3-2.
I helped build Mist this week, so
I would say 3-2. I think it missed. I think Mist has a really strong kit. I mean, Sage does too, but Mist is going to Kage, so
yeah.
they're a really strong team.
Mrs. and Jonan.
No, they're in Jonin, top of
Jonin?
Jonin.
Oh,
they-
right.
they
If Jin
lost to Jin.
lost, they would have gone to Kage.
Yeah.
That was a terrible end of the season, by the way, where like everybody moved 2 divisions around.
Yeah, that was.
But they were a Kage potential team. So I think
Also,
They have the same record as 2 people in Kage, so
right.
I would say I would have to agree with Joby, and I would say 3-2 as well. But in Miss favor, I think Miss will take it.
yeah, that's what we all said. Missed. That's 3 votes missed.
Yep.
1-3-1 and 1-3-2.
Yes. It will be a close one, I think.
I know who's benched and I know what's going down, so I'm like kind of impartial. Not impartial. I'm partial to
Of course.
the shit that they made. It's also just I have a deep-seated love for Mist, and if I wasn't on Minato, I'd be on Mist. So
Which was your original team at first.
was my original team, yes.
All right. So the next match we have is in tuning, and that is Hokage versus
Sand.
Sand.
Almost forgot
3-1.
for a second.
Yeah, 3-1 Sand because Range beats the shit out of Tsunade.
I would say 3-2.
Range beats the shit. I don't think that's gonna be close, man. Like they have double, like both Tamaris are working. They can use double Tamari Gara. Like
The only reason I say 3-2, I would probably say Hashirama's ultimate, even if, as long as he starts it up, even if you hit him out, he can still hit you with that ultimate. Then you have a good amount. You have this Super Barrage from Naruto, which goes good distance, and nothing like how you were saying with Sage Hashirama's ultimate, his thing can do a complete 362. So I think like if they utilize everything perfectly well, then that would be great. I think the only factor that will be a downfall for them is possibly using Tsunade on attack +2. Even though yes, she hits hard, if she can get caught out of subs, she'll take so much damage too. So.
There's so much range in that fight between puppets and Tamari and Gara. There's so much range. There's so much fucking range. And if she gets hit by Sai's ult, fuck that, it's over. Like
So
Sand is such a devastating team versus teams like Hokage and teams like mine, and there's just very little they could actually do for that, in my opinion.
So that's all 3 for Sand.
It was 2 3-1s and a 3-2 again, or not again, but yeah. All right. Next up is Jonin.
Next up, Jonin. My freaking nightmare, Sound versus Taka. As much as I want to win, I'm pretty sure that Taka is going to destroy me. So I would probably say at best 3-2, and I'm actually voting against myself. I say Taka probably wins.
I think
3-2 Sound.
3-2 Sound. Okay. Honestly, I really want to say Taka because I believe in Burn and it's a really strong, hella strong team, but the way that Sin put it earlier, sound has such an advantage with 3 lineups. Using Heavy Sasuke into Yuya twice is such a good advantage for you.
I mean, they can use Karin Jugo twice, but the problem is Karin is less effective versus Sound because her tilt gets eat up by fucking Dokis.
And there's
Actually,
just
she actually got past that during our divisional. That's the thing. So I don't know.
We're also on their map, I think, which is much smaller.
their map is
I thought we weren't doing home maps, or are we?
We're not.
no. He said
In the main
in the
season,
divisional.
you were
Oh yeah.
at their home, which is
I'm
much
saying their map fits their team perfectly.
smaller. Yeah.
With this
I
that
think
you have now,
you have an advantage map wise here.
yeah. And it's just that I know EMS isn't really doing what Burn wants him to do, which is ult. You know, and so there's that advantage where they don't have a traditional ult spammer because who's bench for them? Oh, I guess we won't know.
No, yeah, we
It's
don't
probably
know.
going. It's probably going to be Suigetsu, I think.
It's
Right.
probably gonna be
Who is their ult guy?
Suigetsu or Madara.
Cotton.
One
is
of those two
probably the ult.
guaranteed.
You know, Karin ults, but like she has a very easily dodgeable
She might be on a fucking ult +1 build. I don't know, man. Burns builds are so hyper specific. I have no fucking clue what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean it's hard, but I just think that since Heavy Sasuke is just a force, and you get to use him and another character twice, maybe
Yeah.
Tuyuya, maybe somebody else. You know, I don't know. I think that you could have the advantage, and whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna come down to some really close. I'm gonna say again.
It's
3-2.
gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be really really fucking close. And who are you saying for?
I'm saying for Sound.
Okay. Well, everybody but the captain of Sound believes in Sound.
I believe in it. I believe in my own team.
Bullshit.
Shut up. I said
Top of the
3-2.
Kage division, sir.
I am Ninkage, so and it's freaking cancer, as we like to say.
Motherfucker, what is it? Osmage in Turkey.
Asuma Jin Taka.
No, he means
You fucking
the next match.
No, freaking. I thought you were talking about that. Whatever.
self-absorbed.
Next match. Yeah, next match is Jin versus Asuma. So yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I personally think that I want to say Jin. Jin using who is it? Freaking Sarada and Sage Naruto twice. I think that would definitely do it. Despite seeing Asuma do so many comebacks, I think Jin can probably take it. And I say probably 3-2.
My only concern is Choji. If they ult Choji, it's gonna do negative damage because he could be a defense +3 tank. Well, 2.5.
Yeah. I as much as
He even PTS Choji has fucking armored, so he's a neutral defense person. Well, not neutral, he's 0.5, but
yeah, whatever.
No, he is neutral, I thought, right?
Well, because doesn't he have PTS
That's
and
child.
armored?
Yeah.
right,
Child.
yeah, he's neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's neutral.
So honestly, before last week I would have said Asuma, but seeing the ult and all that went down, I think like your week it comes down to whether or not Sarada wants to perform because we've seen her when she doesn't perform, nothing notable. When she does want to throw out her ults, you can't stop her. You can have dash cut, you can have a support right in front of you. You could have a Doki, it doesn't matter. That ult will
That bitch
hit
is
you.
hitting you, dude. She's like, fuck. I also love how you stated like you can have like charge assist or like a dash cut or a Doki. You went like further each time.
It doesn't matter what you have.
They'll probably even get through Sakura Ukan's wall somehow.
Shit'll go around it. It's fucking dude. It's so wide. This shit it goes fucking
blooms
sideways,
and then it
bro.
comes in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just it's incredible.
It's such bullshit. Oh my, that fucking. Oh.
That's the only ult that I've seen that hits 2 supports and still hits.
And you know what's the bullshit part? when she's ulting you, the support timer does not change. Your support still got hit, so you go automatically into the red, which means your support comes back slower. That's so bullshit. Oh my god, I'm so angry about Sarada. You know, he sent me a picture of Sarada the other day.
So,
He sent me a picture of her with her fucking kunai up.
Joby,
Motherfucker. Oh my god.
Joby, so who did you go for? You said
It's like 3 in the morning. I
Jin?
fucking cried
like
myself to sleep.
I hate saying like 3-2 every time, but like all of these matches are just so incredibly hard to say because obviously each of these teams are the best of their respective. Well, yeah, they are the best right now because they're the ones here.
Tell us how you really feel, Joby.
Well,
I'm gonna give a conditional answer.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sid.
I'm gonna give a conditional answer. If Sarada is alive, 3-1 Jin. If she's not, 3-1 Asuma. This team is either one of these motherfuckers might get swept, actually. Because Asuma is definitely gonna end up doing double Kakuzu. You know why? Because Anthony actually doesn't like change anything ever. So why the fuck wouldn't he take the two people he views as S tier? Also, Shikamaru S tier, son. Come on.
He's A tier.
A at best. That man is a very good support character. One of the best support characters.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. So
Yeah.
one conditional answer, and then what? 2 for Jin.
I mean,
It's one. It's
3-1, right? 3-1.
Mine is technically conditional too because I do think it all hinges on Sarada wanting to ult, but yeah.
Okay, so like 3-2 with you two in the middle of it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that is it for today.
Boom. Bye, guys.
So thank you for joining me, Sin and Joby, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode and the rest of playoffs.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good one.